One lone daisy still hanging in there. And the brown-eyed Susans are hanging in there too. I must have walked right past him. Well, obviously I did. Come on. Well, that half an inch of rain did nothing. For adding any water to the pond. I didn't expect it was going to add anything. It was way too much of everything that needs to be filled first. Nooks and crannies. Well, 5 minutes ago, I'm up here. I thought, I'm going to split some wood. Yellow jackets be damned. I got one chunk half split, and I just happened to notice on top of the bin here and then I resumed splitting. One came and landed right here briefly. I stopped work and just let him be. He flew around down onto the wood. And then there was one flying around here. Came over to greet me. Two more appeared. And I said, I can't do this. Oh. Ah! Stop it! Get away from me, you little fuck! No! This is absolute terror. He won't leave me alone. God. On my neck, he landed on my ear while I was trying to get away. What is going on? There he is again. On my hat, in my hat now. What you just saw was me trying to escape a yellow jacket was completely not acted, not faked, not produced. I am being terrorized. I can't be outside even, much less try to split wood. There were no yellow jackets around when I started. And within 3 minutes, they had arrived. Hey, there's some action over here. Let's have some fun. And I couldn't get away from that guy. What is happening? I've never seen anything like this before in my life. My heart's pounding. This is 15 minutes later now. I'm going to town. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to sit in the house. Well, I added some weather stripping to the screen door yesterday. It's not the V-seal that I thought I was ordering. Why do they even call it V-seal? It's made to just lay flat against the outside of the door frame and cover the gap. It's very soft silicone. I have a door closer up above of the door that closes shut, helps keep the door from opening in the wind or whatever. Well, halfway down the door is warped a little bit. I'm exaggerating it. So the seal does not lay flat against the door frame. And I thought, well, I'll get another door closer and it should push against the screen door to, so that's one little thing I need from Tom. Oh, I need a half gallon of milk. I'm being wasteful and unconcerned about our environment. I'm spewing more carbon into the air because I'm trying to get away from the bees. My only hope here is September when we get a good hard freeze. That should set them back or send them into hiding for the winter, hopefully. My oh my. Why was I able to avoid yellow jackets up until a week ago? Why was I able to coexist with them? I thought, well, okay, now this is going to work out. I leave them alone, they leave me alone. They're not leaving me alone anymore. And I was sure that getting the rain would send them back into the forest. I am not seeing any yellow jackets. And those I'm seeing, I'm not seeing. This is the most beautiful day we've had for ages. They told us on Saturday that Monday was going to be absolutely gorgeous. Sounded a lot like Sunday to me, but for whatever reason, they were right. There's very little wind. Beautiful, calm zephyrs wafting through, but no high wind. Very little humidity. Air is fresh, finally, for a real change from the smoky air we've endured. So maybe we're on a healing trend. The sun is warm, but not hot. I realized this morning I looked in the yard. Just was standing on the steps on the west side of the house, looking around the yard. It suddenly hit me how everything is greened up, even out here. 10 days ago, this was dead brown. And it happens so secretly, quietly, that it greens up and becomes alive again. Look what I found. Look right in the middle of the frame. Yeah. Maybe when I got stung last week, walking along that path up near the deer stand, there is a yellow jacket nest up there along the path. And it was a guard that saw me and took exception to my presence for some reason, even though I've walked by there dozens of times. That was what I just showed you, was definitely a yellow jacket nest. That's where they nest. Hole in the ground. They didn't seem that alarmed about me. Well, we are out here in the field. I am not going down to the pool because I don't want to forget that Suki's with me, and then I'm going to forget that... What the hell was that? There's orange fluid on my fingers. I'll bet it was a ladybug. I'll look at the video and see what it was. It wasn't, fortunately, a yellow jacket. Suki needs a drink. That's what she's been doing when she runs up to the pool ahead of me, or anytime she goes up to the pool. She needs a drink of water. So I'm going to avoid getting near the place. She's just going to have to go without till we get home. And that is the only place I know of that she could get a drink of water. We're going to walk down to the empty pool that's just downstream from that pool. It's the place we've been a few times. Walk along the verge. So that's where we're going. And you're coming with. I am on edge every time I see an airborne insect. All of them, of course, have to be yellow jackets now. Even if they're house flies or moths or butterflies, no difference. Sit. You stay. Okay. God. No water. But it's green. If we can have anything, I'd like to see water, but if not, greenness is happiness. My stump. I do have a little butt, but that's a little bit too little. Even though that one has less vegetation around it than that one. I'm going to clear that one out a little bit so I can sit. She's got something on her mind. And I just looked at the time, and it's a couple minutes before 5. That is the overflow exit. What makes me nervous about that is I can see a dog come running from one direction or the other across there, not knowing that there's a 5-foot deep cliff. It could really get hurt. Back when we walked through here in April, it was dead grasses and vegetation all the way along. You could see it very easily. Well, you can't now. Well, I got episode 112 Done and uploaded today. Feels good, and I'm really excited now to begin working on future episodes. 113 begins June 1st, and that's when things really began to happen. I've got a lot of material, video and stills, that I haven't looked at since I recorded them. And now I'm nearly 3 months behind. Job security into the fall and winter. But I know there's a lot of fun footage. Well, am I going to walk along the path where I got stung? I shouldn't even think about it. I should just do it. If I think about it, and then I get myself psyched. Well, I want to walk down through the path that connects up to Turtle Trot Trail. But unfortunately, it takes me right past where the yellow jacket nest is. I wonder if there's a way to get to it further west here. It's like a solid wall. If I go any farther west, Turtle Trot Trail will cease to exist because it joins up with the driveway somewhere. Spider webs. I know some people who really, really don't like that. They're walking through the woods and they get a web wrapped around their head and across their face. There we are. We all have our phobias. Maybe mine is yellow jackets. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm a little bit heightened to their ways now. But until that episode, I was working just fine, being careful and slow moving so as not to attract their attention. Now this is where the trail, somewhere in here, connects to the driveway, the new shortcut I made in June. A little bit more work to do down here. Haul all of this junk out of here and all that. But for the most part, it's very, very usable. Oh, I forgot the mail. No, I didn't. I just remembered it. Path down to the north meadow is, wow, that was all dead brown. We're moving into the time of late summer and fall that the cirrus clouds really begin to show off. Oh, let's see if there's any frogs. This is rough looking yet. No frogs. Oh, look at that. Got to get the camera set up. I've been wanting to tell you about a TV show I discovered. I discovered it, I'd had it in my Amazon playlist for a year or more. I just kept, skipping over it. And since Amazon is running out of really anything of any quality approaching 8 stars, Amazon has this, The New Yorker. Absolutely phenomenally fresh, creative, superbly clever, artistically done. You can't say it's well done like this and that and the other. It's not like anything you've ever seen. The creators have done things that I've never seen anybody get near to. That's what makes it so fresh. It's so original. There's one season and there's 10 or 12 episodes. There are series of segments. They're mind-opening, which is what you'd expect from the New Yorker, nothing less. Oh man. Look like, well, I was going to say they look like whiffs of smoke, but they're not. I got to get the big camera out. It was a yellow jacket. It didn't sting me, which it would have if it had been a yellow jacket. I just know that. And he wanted to hear more so he could pass it along to his fellow thugs. He's probably walking down my back where I won't be able to see him. All I'll do is feel him. I get near this splitting axe, and here he comes. Hey! All right, let's go in and feed Suki. I just saw that. I was reaching down to get the camera and wondered what this green stuff was. I still don't know what that is, but then I saw, oh, that's a mouse. I was thinking it looked like a baby bird. No, that's a mouse. Oh, don't be humming past my ear, damn it. I had forgotten about seeing the beavers. And when I first turned and saw the beavers, my instant reaction was bizarre. These are twice the size of a beaver. But yet they have to be beavers, and they're alive, and they're looking at me. And one of them is up on the back of the other one, halfway, like they're going to mate. A very surreal event, all of it. but especially at first. I had only been there for 30 seconds or so. Let's walk down the driveway. My safety zone is being crowded out. God, I wish I could know what she saw or sensed. She came up from over here, walked along, and stopped and looked this way. And 2 seconds later, she let out a bark and a woof. She was concerned about something. She's, oh, I'm so curious, and I'll never know these things. Well, she didn't bark at the beavers this morning. I mean, what an unusual dog not to see a pair of beavers that close suddenly out of the woods and not tear off after them. But there were two of them, and they were massive. They were huge. I guess I've never seen a beaver that much, or maybe never up on land like that. They had to have been 40 pounds each. I don't think that's an exaggeration. I'm just coming up with that number because that's reasonable. It's completely accurate to say, living out here on the bog, you really have no idea what you're going to encounter every day. But no frogs.